Hey guys, this is YNK, and today I'm going to talk about my past and present teammates.
Who spends the most time on their phone?
Ooh, I'd have to say Nico. He's a sucker for Instagram for sure.
Who likes to celebrate the most after an event?
Well, I think that's an easy one to answer. Probably, Nico, myself, Cold. We're definitely, some of the guys. But actually, that's everyone likes to celebrate a lot in our team. Actually, when we were the few times we had a good run when we won titles, everyone wanted to celebrate. But let's be honest, and we stood out a little bit.
Who has the biggest ego?
Well, the biggest ego, to take you tell me. I've been surrounded by players with that, but I think the biggest stars have the biggest egos. Nico has, a big ego. Cold has an ego. Olaf to an extent as well, but I think people blow it out of proportion from the outside. All these guys, regardless of their egos, still want to do everything they can to win and work towards that goal. So I think it sounds a bit more negative most of the time than it actually is.
Who is the best player you've played with or coached?
I think that has to be Nico on both counts, basically, because I also played with him and coached him. I think the guy is just insane. His understanding of the game, his awareness, like every single aspect of the game, he knows it on such a high level. So that was an easy one to answer.
Who has the most natural talent?
Well, I don't want to keep saying Nico all the time. Like he's obviously a great player, but I think Rain has a lot of talent as well. I think he probably even has better raw aim than Nico. But I think if he expanded his game a bit, worked a bit more on himself, he could be an even more insane player than he is at the moment.
Who is the least intelligent outside of the game?
Least intelligent outside of the game. I have to go with Cold. Like he's one of the smartest guy ever I've seen in the game, but outside of the game, like some of the most basic tasks he needs to get done, he struggles a little bit with those. And he's a good friend of mine and I love him, but yeah, I have to go with Cold here.
Who is the worst AWPER?
Well, no surprises there. Rain is the most terrible AWPER I've seen in my life, and I've seen also my mom try to play Counter Strike. So yeah, that's a clear one.
Who is the best casting duo?
Oh man, how can you ask me this? Like, these are all my friends that I'm talking about here, but I really like Alex and Henry when they were doing it. I also enjoy British humor. I think it's similar to Serbian in a way. So yeah, let's just say that one. I think we're just blessed to have so many great talent that if you pair any of the tier 1 talent up, like you're gonna get a great cast regardless.
Who is the worst DEAGLE player?
Ooh, the worst Deagle player. I think like Olaf in a way of he even said it himself when he's like I don't know why I buy this. I'm so bad with the Deagle, and he just keeps buying. And he had some good rounds with it, but just because of how he thinks of himself with the Deagle, I'm gonna have to say Olaf.
Who is the worst at clutching?
Well, I would have to say Fur probably because I don't know if I've seen him be in a clutch situation like 4 times while I was with the team. Obviously entry fraggers don't find themselves too often and aggressive players in those situations. So yeah, I'll have to go with him.
Who is the most handsome?
Well, I have to go with like Cold. All the gym, all the workouts. Like it showed some results for sure.
Who is the biggest rager?
Probably Nico, but it's not necessarily just rage aimed at his teammates or it's not that much in a negative way. It's more so just he's highly competitive, so the frustration sometimes you see it even though he doesn't direct it at anyone specifically, more at himself.
Who likes to complain the most?
I think probably Nico as well, especially if we're talking about opponents in practice. Like I used to hate that. If it's some lower tier team, or what are they doing? What's this? What's that? Definitely not satisfied all the time. So yeah, I'd have to point him out this time.
Who is the best AWPER?
The best opera, I have to go with Fallen when he is on his A game, so to speak. When he's playing well, then he's calling much better as well. And some of the stuff that you get from him and in those moments is just pure magic.
Who's the loudest in the green room?
I mean, do you really even have to ask me that? Of course, Torin is the loudest guy in the green room. So loud that sometimes you hear him outside the green room as well.
Who is the most clutch?
Well, the most clutch, I have to, I want to say cold because he's been doing it for such a long time as well. But I want to mention my boy Brocky too. At the start of this year, 2020, he's had the most clutches in the year. After Katowice, something along those lines. Like he's been playing on a really high level, really cool, calm, and collected. So yeah, I want to give a shout to Brocky too.
Who is your favorite member of talent off camera?
I have to go with Jason Moses O'Toole, just all around great guy. And yeah, been missing him these last couple of years. We haven't been seeing each other as much since I've moved to coach. Now he's moved to coach and I moved back to talent. So Jason, I'm gonna come to Grand Rapids, Michigan soon. There's no other way.
Who has the worst fashion sense?
I have to say Brocky, but he's also like still super young, so maybe that's being a bit hard on him.
Who's the most hardworking?
Ooh, the most hardworking, I'll have to go with Nico. His work ethic is on a very high level. Stewie as well was working a lot while I was in MIBR. So yeah, I'm gonna single those two guys out.
Who's the most underrated?
The most underrated, I'll go with Stewie again, because his stats have dipped a lot after Cloud9. He took on a different role, but he brings a lot of value to the team with some of the tough roles. His communication is on a really high level, has a lot of good ideas as well. So yeah, I think he's probably a bit underrated at the moment. Thanks for watching and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.